All right, everyone. I'm going to talk while the music fades out. How's everyone doing? I want to try something. For some reason, I was in the zone. I was feeling the music. I was feeling the song today. Why is it just not working? All right, no worries. I'll just fix it later. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing on this fine hump day? Because, it was Wednesday, my dudes. Get the music started. Hopefully the volume is good. All right, folks. We finally got an answer. Finally. As I was expecting. I'm not claiming that I know where tops and bottoms are, but ABC speak for themselves, guys. I can't make this up. People always ask me, how can you do this in real time? It seems like, you can always find good examples in the past, but how you do it in the, in real time situations. This is how I do it. So I'm feeling good. We're having a great day. I'm feeling fantastic. I got no sleep last night, but fuck it. We're going to party just for a little bit because I have to go somewhere else, but I'm feeling good. So let's talk about what's going on here. Let's clear a chart, get a clean canvas here. Long story short, I'm going to try to wrap this up because I've explained this so many times over the past few months or so. But as of right now, the first thing I do is look at a bigger picture. And from there, looking at the top of the bull market to now, I want to see some sort of ABC. To me, this is a very clear structure here. A to a B to a C. All right. I want to actually highlight this with these trend lines. So, from this ABC, there's ABCs within every single one of these waves. ABC here, ABC here, ABC here. Now, as long as BTC remains above this low at 17,600, I'm going to say that, until this level is broken, this is the completed structure I have. And I personally think that we might be at a larger bottom. I don't think this is going to be the bottom. Hold on. I'm not saying that it's not going to be, but the possibility of this being an actual larger bottom is greatly increased, especially the fact that we found good support here. And I have to, as long as this remains the case, or as long as you don't break that, or until we break that new low, I gotta turn this down on my end. Okay. As long as it doesn't break below that 17,600, we're Gucci. We're good. So, if the alternative, if that low somehow gets broken, all right, it's still going to be completed ABC, but within the C, instead of the ABC being here, like I talked about in the first scenario, that's going to be the new ABC. All right. So we just need that level to sustain above this region here, and we'll see where it goes from there. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty damn good about what's going on right now. Now, I've mentioned this in the past as well. We do have a much larger scale Adam and Eve here. And as you guys may or may not know, Adam and Eve is probably actually the most bullish traditional pattern that I've ever seen in Bitcoin. As long as BTC, it's a very crappy rendition, but basically you have a sharp bottom, steady retest, and then basically get another hit to the low, but not breaking that low. Get a nice rounded bottom, and as long as we keep pumping, or as long as we hold this, I'm probably going to be looking for at least a test of this high. but nothing set in stone, obviously. I don't want to get my hopes up too fast. But me personally, I think BTC is looking absolutely fantastic. Now, let me show you the positions I'm in. Now, I know we talked Adam and Eve, but it can be broken down by an ABC as well. How could you have played this? Let me answer that question for you. You have an ABC to an A, a very sharp B to a C. Now, as long as BTC remains above that 18,450-ish level, at the low, or sorry, at the pivot of the A, that's definitely the green light to remain bullish. And if that level were to be broken, because, you know, I play this based off of probabilities, possibilities, you know, what are the next pieces of the puzzle? For me, if this level were to break, I'm looking at a retest and most likely a break or a breach through that 17,600. But I have to take it one level at a time. As long as this 18,450 held, I'm going to take my longs. I'm going to remain bullish. And, you know, obviously it's paying off right now. So we're doing fantastic. Finally some action here. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I hope you guys were able to catch some of these longs. I'll go over some of the positions I've been, but let me just wrap it up with, let me just finish BTC first and then we'll go from there. But pretty much, long story short, as long as BTC remains above 18,450, I'm targeting the most, I guess that's not local high, but basically the high of the last, you know, since June, so the last 5-6 months. And that is going to possibly complete a much larger ABC to where we can, you know, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but, you know, the other side of what I think can say, well, this could be an ABC to where we go to a much larger time frame. This could be one larger A to a B to a C. And then this structure can complete and, you know, can form and basically give you a nice completed bear setup, and then we can have another leg down. But we're not there yet. So for me, until that happens, I have to wait and see what a good opportunity is to short, just in case. But as of right now, that is the area to short. Anything else that happens in between, you know, we can obviously get another setup in between this region. I'll consider it. But you know, I am primarily bullish. So let's talk about, all right, so we talked about that. I'm trying to think if I missed anything else. Oh yeah, so there is an availability. Now keep this in mind. This is not the absolute main idea that I'm following on, but a possible short hedge, just in case, is off of this ABC here. But I'm not banking on this, but I will set a conditional just in case, because, you know, mistakes I've made in the past. I've made a couple of them. One of them is basically, you know, talking about certain setups, mentioning them, and just not, you know, just not really pulling the trigger on setting the conditional. And, you know, sometimes, more often than not, you find yourself backtracking and going back at some point later in the future, and you can say to yourself, oh shoot, I did have this marked out, but I never took it. It's not the end of the world, but I do have to get better at doing that. I currently do not have a conditional set. I will do that probably on stream, if not when I get off, because we're so far above this that I'm not too worried about it. And I do have a more bullish bias as of right now, so we'll kind of have to see and wait what happens. Wait and see what happens. Wow, see and wait what happens. Wait and see what happens. I can't believe I just did that. All right, let's go over ETH. ETH is doing absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'm a little ticked off because I had a conditional on ETH USD at 1421 or somewhere around there, just because I messed up and then I didn't get my full position size at that 1217 region. Now, let me just zoom out and talk about this before I go ahead and explain myself. Pretty much, I was looking for a structure like this to form within the C. You do that in a very nice A to a B to a C. And as long as BTC, or sorry, ETH is above that 1214.70, actually it's a little bit higher, 1216, 1217 around there. That's your if this and that statement. Go ahead and buy, or don't buy. consider buying, because you know I don't give financial advice, just my opinion, and I'll tell you guys what I'm doing. I'm gonna take. I did take a long position. I'm holding it to the very, to the to the infinity and beyond. I will take a hedge out of 2042 based off of a structure, something like this. You know, if we do get something like this and then come back down and fail, that's gonna look good to me. I will definitely take that, but not in the realm of I keep wanting to say probabilities, but you know, it's very well possible. For me, it's not that probable that we're gonna get a massive structure like this continue to the downside, but I will take it just in case, because there have been so many times where I've said, nah, it can't happen, nah, it can't happen, and it exactly does what I think it's not going to do. So in case you guys are curious, this is motor oil. That's why I'm so amped up right now. Whew. Get the nice pistons nice and lubricated. No, I'm kidding. So as long as BTC remains above 1420, that's the macro ABC. Looking solid. You know what? Before we continue further, I'm going to go ahead and pull the Bybit to update you guys on how the account is doing. In case you guys don't know, I started this challenge like maybe February, March-ish. Basically, I started from zero, went out there, worked, worked an extra job, made $500, and then my goal was to turn that. Well, I eventually made 1,000. I was gonna take $500 and turn it, use that to start an account challenge. But unfortunately, around the same situation, someone needed to borrow money from me, and I was like, I guess I'm. And the goal was to get it back relatively soon, and it's been 8 months, 7-8 months. So I said, screw it. We'll go ahead and start with 1,000 or $500. So as of right now, the account is, as I realize I'm not showing you the screen as I'm telling you this. I thought I was logged in. Okay. Bear with me, folks. There you go. So, look at that. That's what I love to see. All greens. So I'm up 75 on BTC and 126 on ETH, $13 on Sol, 86 cents on ADA. I'll go ahead and talk about that here shortly. $15 on XRP, $32 on Litecoin. So I'm in a lot of longs, and the account's currently sitting at $1,000. So started for 500. I got it all the way up to 24. Someone asked me earlier how I was doing, like account wise and stuff. And for some reason I kept wanting to say $3,000, but it wasn't $3,000. I had to go back in my old videos and find the peak, and for me, I believe the peak was 2,400. So I turned $500 into 2,400. Now we're sitting at 1,000. So not terrible. Also pretty damn good, because it's still 200% above where we're at right now. So I feel good about, this account sitting at about $1,000. We'll kind of have to see how it goes from there. I'm expecting a lot more, to be honest. I think with the compounding of, I have about 60-70% of my assets right now in ETH USD, or not, well, between BTC and ETH USD in the actual perpetual pair, not USDT. So obviously I'm going to benefit a lot more from this. So right now, that's pretty much what I'm rolling with. We're doing solid here, 723% on that, 75, 312%, 110, 12, 146, 162. Percentages are green across the board. We're doing fantastic. Absolutely love this. So, we broke back down under 1,000. Kidding. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the VPN and get out of this, because for some reason my music streaming thing or the website user. I don't know. This is too ravey for me. Let me actually pull up chat and everything here. Okay. So LTC, pretty much the same as always. As long as LTC is above that 49.73. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and remain long off of this structure here. All right. And then I'm overall looking for this structure to play out. You fuck. There you go. And from there, now, when you guys see me draw these structures, as I'm letting you guys know, I am still going to be bullish on all of these coins. All right. But I'm going to take hedge positions at the red lines just in case. I'm holding these positions indefinitely until I get a nice pullback. So let me show you guys again on BTC. So I'll get a nice pullback to where I'm gonna have to go to a bigger time frame, to where maybe I see something like this, like if I see something like this play out to where the pullback gives me a nice bullish setup to play off of, then I can go ahead and take my profit off of the long position that I'm currently holding, and from there I will definitely go ahead and compound. What I've learned over the past couple months, especially, I knew this, but I didn't really stick to it, unfortunately. If I would have stuck to those principles more, I definitely would have made a little bit more. The account definitely would have done a little bit better. I just have a bad habit of, even to this day, guys, even though I stream, I do this, you guys watch me, I do my best to help you guys out. I'm human. Like, I mess things up. I also make mistakes. Like, I just said the same thing twice, just in a different way. I make mistakes. I get in my own head sometimes. I'm not perfect. I always somehow, not always, but I do find a way to mess up every once in a while. But I understand what my mistakes are, and I quickly do my best to ground myself. And one of the things I've been messing up on is taking profit too early. Example being one of the biggest mistakes I made in this bear market, which is still not a mistake, like a complete utter mistake, is that it's more of, I definitely could have taken advantage of the market more than I could have. So I was short off of this ABC. All right. And instead of holding and allowing a different setup to form to compound, something like this, I went ahead and I just took profit on the position based off of this bullish setup. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So the green is where I took profit based off of price action jumping around here at first. And then, to be honest, because I was expecting a little bit more of a bullish pullback to a continuation. That didn't happen. If I didn't play this long and just let or if I didn't take profit and let this short play out, I would have made a good amount of more money. So I'm not making that mistake this time. I'm going to let it ride, and we'll see from there. Obviously, we talked about the available hedge position down here. We changed the color, actually. All right, and I'm definitely going to take that. But I have to let these positions ride. And it's going to definitely compound the account more. You're definitely going to make a little bit more and take advantage of price action a little bit better, or a little bit more. And then we're definitely, in the long run, it's going to benefit, at least from what I've seen. So let's go over some of the positions I'm currently in. ETH, we talked about. Solana, I am in off of this ABC here. And guys, please feel free to ask me any questions. you might have while we're just hanging out here going over some TA. I'm in a great mood. We're having a good time. We're on the right side of a move, so can't complain. Doing well. Why is there 2? So I am long off of Solana, off of this setup, and same thing. I'm going to be targeting upside, and I'm not going to take profit on this position until I see some sort of availability to compound. You know, something like this. You know, even if we come up here, that's a little bit small. Yeah, something like that. If I see something like this form, I'll go ahead and re-enter, take profit and re-enter here. And this because I knew if this and that statement. And that'll allow me to basically ladder, I don't like the word ladder. It'll allow me to basically compound and take my positions at appropriate times and basically just work my way up. So, especially with upside being way more profitable than downside, I have a really good feeling that if this pump is going to continue, we're going to be doing fantastic. So, what else did I say? XRP. Now, XRP is a little bit more of a smaller time frame. Remember, guys, say smaller. It's smaller in air quotes here because I usually use a much larger perspective. But XRP does have a nice ABC here. As long as XRP is above 43.76, I'm gonna go ahead and take a long off of that. And I'm gonna same thing. I'm just gonna target upside. Everything else looks good. I'm going to do my best to take advantage of as much price action take advantage of as much price action as I absolutely can. And from there, I'll have to wait for the next availability. You know, if XRP does want to do something like this, I'll go ahead and take a head short, but I'm going to, you know, try not to basically overexpose myself. One of the things I'm guilty of, and this is one of my things that I foam, you know, you guys just saw earlier in the video. If not, I'll pull it up for you guys again. But I have a habit of opening too many positions, trying to take advantage of one move at a time. The way I've combated that is obviously try not to overexpose myself. But if I do find myself getting into a bunch of different positions, I make sure to reduce my risk drastically by every single position, or I don't know by exactly what amount. The goal is to not have more than like 2%, maybe 3%, absolute most of total exposure at one time. So I'll have like a percent on ETH, or sorry, 1% on BTC. I'll have maybe 0.75% on the next coin, and I'll basically stack those down. And from there, it should equal about 2 to 3% across the board total total across all the positions. You know, instead of doing 1% on 6 different positions, I basically reduce my risk on each one to make sure I don't overexpose myself, that if the market does reverse on me, it's not going to take that much of a hit. It will take a hit, obviously, but it's not going to be that much, hopefully. If you do things right, it should. So that's the position I'm looking for XRP. I'll go ahead and mark that out for you, the levels that I'm currently looking for. And what else? I had Solana, ETH, BTC, LTC, Solana, XRP. What was the other one? Oh, Cardano, ADA. All right, so ADA has this massive ABC here. I go to the 4 hour. I actually want to delete this because this is the more important structure. So you do have this massive A to a B to a C here. And from there, as long as Cardano remains above that 40.18 level, I'm definitely going to be going ahead and remain long. And honestly, with this position, I also bought some spot here as well. I'm just going to let this ride. The other position I'm going to compound, I think I'm just going to let this ride, to be honest. Just change it up. Fishing for fun. Hey, Johnny. What are your thoughts on Doge Chain? Thanks. I'm enjoying your stream. Thank you so much for asking the question. I'll take a look. Do you know what the ticker for that is? I also got to ask, what do you fish? Because I dabble in the arts a little bit myself. My dad mostly, but me and him go fishing every once in a while. Let me know what the ticker for that is. Is it DCUSDT? DC, I fish trout. Okay. Yeah, I usually go for like smallmouth, largemouth. I usually just go to like small ponds, lakes. I don't personally. I've gone trout fishing like 2 or 3 times. But wow, that is a pump. All right, so unfortunately, you missed the place where you wanted to get in that. I personally would not be thinking about entering this coin here. I do not, based on how I approach the markets, unfortunately, I do not see a nice, clear, concise trend to the downside. You know, something with a nice pullback and nice continuation. This to me looks like one continuous trend. I know it's broken up, but to me this looks singular. So, I mean, the only thing I could possibly see is that maybe you could have gotten in at that 0.00. Oh god, I don't know how many zeros are there. 000658. But unfortunately, as of right now, fishing for fun, I can't sit here and say that there's any good positions to get in from a safety perspective. Now, if you want to dabble, always approach with caution. Do not use anything more you're willing to, do not risk anything more you're willing to lose. You do have, like, you know, this consolidation area here, so we could have a breakout further. I personally don't know. Even still, even though there is a breakout, I do want to see something like that. But I would not play this with leverage. I don't think you can play this with leverage, can you? No, I don't think you can. So if you're on KuCoin, you know, feel free to, you know, not financial advice, but I would say sprinkle a little bit at 13.18. Don't buy now. Unfortunately, you want to wait for some sort of fake out before buying. So hopefully that helps fishing for fun. I'm sorry that I can't give you, if you're looking for something different of an answer. That's from me being safe, and, you know, let's say if I'm trying to approach this as if like a close friend of mine reached out and said and asked me about this. So just tread lightly with these coins. Tread very lightly. You know, I'll give you an example too from a risk perspective. Let's say if I had $1,000 to play with, I might throw $20 at this, but you want it to break down below and come back above, and then that's about it. 2% of your account tops. I would focus on sprinkling into little coins that have a little more liquidity, because the problem with these coins is that these are crapshoots. You're better off you're just as likely to win on a roulette table than you are to hit really big with one of these coins, unless you're like in the loop somehow, but most of us aren't. Thanks, man. Of course, I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Wow, I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I can't speak English right now. Thank you so much for asking for me to check it out. Definitely a new coin for me, Doge Chain. Let's see. Sol I went over, ETH I went over. Oh yeah, everything else I went over. So guys, I'm going to hang out. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. So if you guys have any questions for me, anything you want me to look at, please feel free to ask. I'm an open book. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching, saying hello, asking good questions. Or even if you didn't say hello, it's fine. MD. Hi, Johnny. Hello, MD. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by, saying hello. I appreciate you. How you doing, man? Good, thank you. Good. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I hope you caught some of this action to the upside. If not, there's gonna be more opportunities. Don't sweat it. No, the market will always give you an opportunity as long as you know what to look out for. And that's my opinion. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have been getting over a cold. I started feeling sick like last Monday, Tuesday, or last Sunday, Monday. It could be just an allergies thing. Like when it over where I live, it's starting to get a little cooler now, and now that it's getting a little bit colder out, for some reason, it's always from summer to fall. Something just hits and I just blow up. I get some sort of cold. Like I was only really sick, like kind of shitty for like a day, maybe a day and a half. And the rest, like I had a sore throat that like healed, so like it was still like a little sore. Well, it was I guess like a scratchy throat that became a sore throat. And then from there, I've just been congested. So I'm like feeling a lot better now. It's starting to clear up. I don't know if I sound better than I did on Monday. Monday, I still sound a little stuffy. I think I still sound a little stuffy, but I'm doing good. We're doing good. I'm feeling good. Market's doing good. Love to see it. See, MD, only a little. I'm in on a small time frame, ABC on BTC, but that's it. I only have a $35 trading account right now. I'm really just forward testing with real money just to get used to trading psychology. That's good. That's fantastic. You know, I would say you can practice on smaller time frames, get used to losing money, get used to that. You know, practice using good risk. Eventually, you know, if you do like this, MD, I would say scale in, but scale in increments. Don't, like, if let's say you have a couple $1,000, like $2 or $3 grand to trade with. Me personally, I wouldn't just throw all 2,000-3,000 into it. I would sprinkle a couple hundred at a time. You know, you have 2 to 3. Let's say you have, you know, $35. Let's say you put in like 265 to make it 300. All right, let's play with that a little bit. If you feel a little bit more comfortable, add a little bit more. Get a little comfortable. Because a lot of trading is going through the ropes, understanding like how you're going to react to certain situations. And eventually you'll train yourself to where, you know, you can treat a $30,000 account like a $35 account. As long as you practice good risk management, practice taking good positions. But I'm glad you're taking it slow. Eventually, MD, I would like to see you a little bit more on the larger time frames personally. But hey, as long as you're being safe, I say do as you please. just realized, where's my phone? Let's see. I definitely understand the long game. 100% agree. It will do that for sure. Scaling in. I started out with 25, so doing all right so far. Only got profitable from watching you and Kite. I'm glad you're doing good. You know, hey, 25 to 35, that's pretty damn good. What's that? What's the percentage on that? I mean, if that's profit, that's 71%. That's solid. Good job, MD. I'm glad you're taking the information in. And I hope you do well in the future. Kai and I are like the Bonnie and Clyde of ABCs. Now, who's Bonnie? Who's Clyde? I'm gonna let Kite. I'm gonna let Kite decide. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for, saying hello. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. MT, if you have any questions, I'm an open book. I've said multiple times. I say it every stream. Feel free to ask. It doesn't have to be just ABC stuff. It could be trading in general, trading psychology things. It could be anything. It is not just, anyone else in here as well watching. Feel free to ask me any questions you might have. It could be non-trading stuff. You don't screw it. While being open, I'm feeling good today. You guys can ask me anything. Within reason. Within reason. Trying to think of what else we can do on here. I gotta find a way to maybe we'll have to see. Let's see, MD, what kind of account did you start out with? Like how much and how was your psychology adapted from a larger account? Great question. So I guess this ties into like my origin story of where I came from. So I originally started, I'm gonna do my best to not give you the whole spiel unless you want to hear the whole thing. I like telling the story. It's because it's, I'm proud of what I've done. But long story short, I pretty much started with technically nothing. But I did start out with about, I think it was like $2,000 to $3,000 in stimulus checks. Somewhere around, I believe. Yeah, stimulus check money. Okay. From there, I turned that into about at the very peak, I got that up to 30 grand, $30,000. Ended up cutting that almost in half pretty quick. And from there, I said, you know what? I need to take what I have and run with it. Be as safe as possible. So from there, I put 98% of that into ETH at about $400. And from there, I'll let you guys figure out what the equation is on that. Let's just say it's about 6 figures, or what it was around 6 figures. And so how I was able to adapt from there is one of the biggest things I learned, and that most people don't really talk about or understand, is that once you get to a certain point, you have to start prioritizing security over profit. All right. In the beginning, it's all about profit because a lot of people here are starting with little or nothing. And I try to be that example as well. This account, I started with nothing again. I went out, worked, I saved up $1,000. Well, I only started with 500, but saved $1,000, started with 500, started the account at 500, and now we're at 200%. And one of the things I learned is you have to, now I can't sit here and tell you when is a good point, but you seriously have to, at some point, if you are doing well, think to yourself, when should I slow down? Because what's going to happen is you can be on a monstrous streak. You can just, absolutely crush it for 6-7 months. Do something like I did. Take pretty much a small amount, nothing, and turn it into, hold on. I'm gonna go grab something. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab it. Hold on. All right. So, now I'm about to show you something. This ties into the story. Okay. What you're about to see is not real. Okay. It is not real. This is fake. But I use this as a thing, something to show me, like, look, this is what you have. And this is not everything. I only grabbed a chunk of it. All right. So mind you, this is fake. And this is one of the things I use to help me. I'm actually going to set this down because my hands are getting a little sweaty. So once I got to a certain point, I said, okay, enough is enough. I have to diversify. Okay. So I took certain percentages of my account and I dedicated it to certain things. Pretty much right off the bat, 25% of it sitting in a wallet, locked up somewhere. I automatically said, if I lose everything, worst case scenario, I still have this backed up just in case. And I can use it to, at least help myself in whatever situation I find myself to be in. Right off the bat. Secondly, next thing I did was dedicate a good amount into spot buying. I say like 10%, 10-15%. The rest, I split between anything outside of crypto. Okay. So I would say, what is someone of mine, like 35%. I would say another 25% right about there. It was dedicated to stuff outside of crypto, other investments, just in case. Okay. I basically have a pile sitting, and I sprinkle a little bit into other things, if I have an idea, or if I want to buy some stocks, or if I want to invest in something else outside of crypto, that's what I'm dedicated to. So I have some stuff going on in the background as well. And from there, I also have I have like emergency cash. I had spending money. Pretty much I drew like a pie chart, dedicated certain amounts to everything. And from there, the rest was dedicated for swing and scalp accounts. Okay. From there, I decided, if I lose this, it's fine, because it's not in the entirety of my stack. All right. I have something to fall back on just in case things don't work out. I did not let greed get to me. So unfortunate for me, I'm definitely going to, I'm definitely not going to become a millionaire faster because of that. But the possibility of me becoming a millionaire is going to be a lot more guaranteed because I'm playing my cards right now. Now, when you're starting out small, there's definitely a point where this can be done too early. Me personally, you have to figure out what that number is. It could be 20,000, it could be 30,000, it could be 10,000, 5,000. I personally think you should wait till you get to closer to that 6-figure mark. If you can get up there, which I absolutely think everyone can, but you have to learn to prioritize security over profit. And also a little tad bit, this is going to what I said now. I went and got myself a little bit of a prop. Now remember, guys, this is fake. This is fake. This is not real, okay? But I said to myself, what does this number look like if it were right in front of me? So I have 10. It's not the whole thing. 20, 30, 40. I also had to use this for like a video that a buddy of mine did as a prop. But you know what? I said, you know what? Let me take this and say, if I had this in front of me, what would this look like? And when you see this in front of you, even though it's not real, guys, remember, it's not real. This is a fuck ton of money. Like, this is a new car. This is a nice this is a decent down payment on the house. Like, this is decent money. So just seeing this as well, every once in a while, I peek where it's at. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing all right. So it's just like a little like motivation thing. You know, it's just a little motivation thing. No, I'm kidding. Remember, this is fake. Don't try to come. If someone's gonna try to rob me for this, here you go. Good luck. It literally says all over this, printed for props, motion picture props, all over this. So, let's see. So yeah, this is a little side thing, but focus on prioritizing profit or security over profit. I'm sorry, I might have messed up on chat. That is amazing, actually. Really good call on that ETH play. Yeah, to be honest, it was more of I found it. I waited for a little dip. Pretty much, I said, you know what? Market's looking good. I said, I'm willing to, you know, put my balls on the table, as I like to say. I'm sorry if it's a little bit vulgar, but I like to basically be a little risky, and it ended up paying out well for me. So, hi Johnny, Bitcoin waiting for a retest. I'm in a Bitcoin position. I'm not waiting for a retest. I got in at 18,450, and I'm letting this ride. If you want, I can show you guys the account here. Oh, if you guys are interested as well, I feel like I might as well show my stuff while I'm here. If you guys are interested in learning the ABC method from me, I do have tutorial videos. Basically, it's a section of ABC. Oh, those are questions. Where's the? There it is. I do have my own Discord. It's a private Discord. I do offer. There's a monthly and there's a lifetime entry. Eventually, I'm working on trying to build this community. And I do look forward to doing more things, being more involved, helping you guys out more and more. So if you guys are interested, check out the Patreon link in the description below. You have tutorial videos from everything from the ABC method to trading psychology stuff that I've been working on. I do have a couple videos on my phone that I need to put on this that I've been putting off because I always think I can do better. I try to go ahead and re-record them, and they end up being just about the same. So I'm going to give them one more shot. If I can't get it any better, I'm just going to post what I have. Trading psychology videos, I go over Trader Tom stuff, basically little things you'll encounter along the way. Also basic leverage trading tutorials to where you go over risk management, how to set positions properly, how to set alerts, how to navigate Bybit. I do want to do I did do a rundown of basically from A to Z how I set up my positions. So if you need help with any of that, please feel free to check out the Discord in the description. I do plan on adding more content. It's not as much as I would like. Well, there's not as much on there as I want to see, but I'm doing my best to work on as much as I can. If you guys have any ideas for what you want to see, please as well feel free to let me know. If you guys are into Discord, or if you guys are wanting to join, if you're in the community, or even here on the stream, if you have a good idea for a video, I'll definitely go ahead and do it. But yeah, check out the link if you guys are interested. Let's see. But I am not waiting on a retest, unfortunately, because I am in a position. Let me show you my positions here. Give a minute for this to... Let's see. I'm thinking of even going the way of getting funded accounts, just to have more capital. Well, that would be later in the process. Just be careful with that, MD. So my entry here, as you can see, is at 18,461. So I got a little bit of a later entry on that. 14,561. So a little bit above the entry, but we're doing good. Obviously, be a little bit careful with that, just because there's a lot of stipulations, there's a lot of rules behind it. One, if your account falls below a certain percentage, they basically, I forgot what it was, but they'll either liquidate you or they'll pretty much take the account back as a total, not just in one position. Like if your account falls under a certain percentage, because you don't know what the market's going to do. That's one of the stipulations there. I have to look more into that. If a couple of people have suggested that, I say, if you can find a way to have not complete free reign, but if you have a little bit of freedom to do that on whatever exchange platform you have, I would say you can go ahead and do it. But from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it's appropriate for most people, unless you have the skills. If you can sit there and build the skills, and you can get to, I'm not saying I'm the greatest, because I'm not the greatest, but if you can get to somewhere to caliber of like me and Kite, I would say absolutely you can go for it. If that's the case, if you don't have enough money by then, I would say go ahead and do it. Thanks much. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. No problem. I hope. Oh, wait, are you waiting for? Okay, no. You asked if I was ready for a retest. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no really good positions. I would say actually, if you haven't gone to a long position, now tread lightly with this. Take this with a grain of salt, but you do have the availability of that 88 entry off of this 4018. Just tread lightly. Don't use too much risk. But that is a nice solid setup in case you haven't caught any of the pumps recently. I would say, not financial advice, but if I was looking for a long position, that's what I would take. But unfortunately, I'm in a good spot. Well, I am in a long position, but I'm still in a good spot. Trying to think. If you guys also are, want to, I'm not sure. I'm sure a majority of you guys here have seen this video, but if you're looking for a basic overview of what the ABC method is, please guys feel free to check out my YouTube channel, the main page. Oh no, that's when I'm live right now. Where is it? It's here somewhere. I should possibly make a thumbnail for this for it to stick out a little bit more. Here it is. If you guys want a quick overview of what the ABC method is, please feel free to check out this video. It's called the ABC trading strategy. How I'm able to get good entries. So definitely a good overview of what the channel is, or what the ABC method is. I'm gonna go ahead and link that in chat here. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I am in spot Cardano actually with an average price of 41.57. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a fantastic. If you got that spot with a good average, that's a fantastic place to be in. Good job. All right, folks. Unfortunately, I'm going to call it here in like 5 minutes. All right? 5 minutes. I need to find my phone. I always, I'm doing something. I put my phone down, start doing other stuff, and I forget where it is. Let's see. Yeah, what I originally was thinking was that, say, whatever the max drawdown is for the funded account, I'll just use that as my balance in trading off of that. Okay. That actually gives me more capital, and I can play it slower with technically less risk since I'm only putting up the fee up front. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, if you have this down pat and you're doing well, maybe I'll look into it. I've said I did in the past. I looked a little bit, but not enough to like jump on it because I don't like trading with too many rule stipulations. Basically, someone standing over my shoulder, making sure I don't lose all of their money. I've helped a few people with like help managing money and stuff. And if you don't understand this game, you're not gonna people are not gonna understand that. Hey, like a lot of this is losing, man. A lot of this is losing. My win rate is, if I had to give you a scale, like a range, if I'm hitting it, if I'm on a hot streak doing well, 15%. 15. If not, I would say average is more of like 5 to 10-ish% of our win rate. But I'm hitting grand slams on these trades. Like, for example, let's say just alone. Just a retest up here, it's going to be a 30. Depending on where it pulls back to. But this can easily be a 30 to a 50 risk to reward trade. So, it's looking pretty good. Hold on. I got to ping my phone and make sure it's in this room at least. Okay. Oh, I just realized I got 2 new subs. Thank you so much. Manny Marias. Let me know if I pronounced that right. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I believe I saw another one in there. All right. I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher your name. Buchamad. Arif. Let me know if was I close. I'm sorry if I was way off. Buchamad. But thank you so much for subscribing. If I butchered your name really bad, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for subscribing, asking great questions, having good conversation. I absolutely love this. Thank you guys so much. Same thing with you, MD. Thank you guys so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me. Fishing for fun, if you're still here. Thank you so much, man, for saying hello, asking great questions. Hey, I appreciate all the info. See you later, Johnny. Thanks for being a real G, bro. I try, man. I try. Hopefully I can help you guys out in some way, shape, or form. That's my goal with this whole channel, is to, show the progress and hope you guys, take you guys with me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. saying hello, asking great questions. I really do appreciate every single one of you who is here watching the stream right now. If you, in case you guys, you know, are interested or learning more from me or supporting the channel, please feel free to like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't. It would mean the world to me. If you guys want to take it a step further, you don't have to. There's a Patreon link in the description. You do have access to the Discord, which is private. There is a monthly charge and a lifetime charge. Eventually, the lifetime charge is either going to go away or it's going to increase. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but you know, I'm trying to build the community the best way as I can. I feel like that is a great deal for what the content is and definitely for what you guys can definitely do with it. So, not guaranteed, but I really do appreciate you guys, every single one of you, for being here. I love every single one of you. I will see you guys. So I won't be able to stream Monday because I'll be traveling because I'm taking a little trip. But I will hop on Tuesday. I'll do a doubleheader, Tuesday, Wednesday, to make up for it. If I'm not too tired, because I have a feeling I'm going to be very tired from traveling. Actually, yeah, I'm going to be really tired. So I'm going to shoot for Wednesday and probably do like a Friday stream. Maybe if I got nothing going on. Hopefully that's the goal. But I know you guys are busy on Fridays. Maybe I'll come out and record a video instead. Maybe I'll be a little better. But thank you guys so much for coming and asking great questions. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, be good, be safe. Now that you know the plan, trade the plan. If you're in the trades already, salutes to you guys. You guys are doing absolutely incredible. I hope the market keeps pumping. I hope we do well. I hope, you know, we make some good money off this run. So thank you guys again. I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys soon.